The people down that was waiting. Alrighty. Hey y'all. Can y'all see us?
Right. You can see?
Can you see us?
Can
Guys?
you see?
I can
Yeah.
see. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. I do right
Oh.
here. I got my cup. It's in my cup. Miss E, y'all, you guys, you know we're live, right? So you want to say hi?
Oh,
we're
Hey.
on.
people see me struggling to see.
Yeah. They see
You need to get a little closer.
all the everything. They seeing all the everything.
Goodness gracious.
They seeing all the everything.
It's okay.
You blinding sis with that light.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm blinding you with the light.
Not me, her.
You got an eye condition?
Yeah.
Since when?
That's why I wear glasses. I have what's called an astigmatism. What I know about it is my eyeball, instead of it being shaped like a sphere, it's shaped like a football. And it affects how my eye responds to light.
Can you guys see us both?
So while you're looking at the camera and you can see what's on the screen, the light is like taking all of that out. So I can't see, but
Yeah, I could kind of sort of see. Do I need to scooch over so you could scooch over this way?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, she needs to scooch
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
you just want
or turn it.
this way.
Why are we so
All
ridiculous?
right, right there.
Perfect. Ow! Look at how she said right there, right there, right there.
Now I can see.
Right there, right there, right there. All
You know what
right.
it is? You got a cover, on the phone. You got
The
like
screen
a big-
protector thing, yeah.
That's why I can't see.
Oh, that might be why.
Oh my god! Because now I can see clear.
Oh,
All right. Well.
we made it make sense.
Since we're starting to show off as senior citizens,
We'll continue with senior citizens. I miss you, by the way. But hey, before we get into the I miss yous and the I love yous, let's start the show. And I am your host, Panda. Whoop, 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 whoop. So. We got my lovely co-host, Nettie Boo, right here.
Hey, Nettie.
And how would you like for us to refer you as today? Do you want to introduce what you got your name as there?
Iada Nicole.
Iada Nicole.
Yep.
We are calling you Iada Nicole. We were supposed to have a good friend of mine, Tamika, come on, but I don't know where Miss Meeks is at. But
Maybe she'll hop on.
Huh?
Maybe she'll hop on a little late. You know us folks.
Oh wait,
us melanated folks.
Hold on. Hey, we got everybody here. Everyone is here now. What's up, the Meeks?
Hi.
How are you, honey? How are you?
I'm good. I cannot and will not complain. How's everybody doing?
Good. How are you?
Great. We are great.
I'm good.
Great.
I was in the hallway. I heard you talking about me, talking about where I'm at. I was like, I'm right here in the hallway.
Sorry.
The whole time.
So again, I'm being a granny because I just got an iPhone and I don't know how to use it. So it's my first time playing around with it tonight.
Welcome to the blue side.
This thing is not for me, so I'm trying out something new tonight, and it's finally working the way I need it to work. Everybody can hear everybody. I'm loving it. We just introduced ourselves, and since you heard me talking about you, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. I am Tamika Janae. Everybody calls me Meeks. Like my friends call me Meeks, but professionally I go by Tamika Janae. Panda has been calling me Mika all her life, so I was just like, Panda, you're the only person in 2023 that still calls me Mika, and we're gonna have to fix that. But not today, not today. Not today. But I'm so glad.
Full permission. I give her full permission to crucify me on the show because
Yes,
I didn't realize I'm the only person that calls you Mika.
Girl, I said that dated our friendship, which is good.
Listen,
which is good. We like
I
it.
like to be unique.
I was gonna say, tell you special.
That's right.
Okay.
You know I'm special. You know I like to be different.
All right,
I like
Beyonce.
a little sauce in it. Okay. So, backstory real quick on to our first topic. We are going to be discussing Lil. Is that the correct term?
Lil or Lil or Lily, because it's makes it a little cuter, a little more, I guess, user friendly. But it's Lil, which
And
is a late in life lesbian.
okay,
Mm.
yes, late in life lesbian. So, real quick backstory on why I decided to jump on this topic so quick today. I work overnights on the weekend, and so does Tamika. So we keep each other up at night during the weekend, and we were having a conversation about relationships, and she's like, "You would make a great lesbian."
I said that.
I agree, though.
Can I tell you?
Okay.
So,
Okay. All right.
Even though I don't
Just
know what the hell a great lesbian is. I mean, I
so
do, but I
Tamika, is
don't.
it okay if
But
I mix?
huh?
Can I or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so Tamika is a lesbian. So
Yeah.
this is why she keeps telling me that I have lesbian traits to make a good lesbian. So I'm like, tell me more.
It was an intense late night, early morning. I'm dragging my ass, but I'm still coherent conversation. And Panda is the kind of woman who really knows what she wants, but then she has this really coy, shy side to her that, like, she likes to, it's there. It's very Cancer of
I
her.
have
She's
not
very
seen it.
nurturing. I've seen it many a times. Like, we've been friends for years. So when we talk and we have these deep, intense conversations, and sometimes she pulls my coattail, which, good friendships do. I'm like, and listening to all of the conversations we had, you make a great lesbian. Just come on, come, just come.
I need more. So then, so then, when I saw the email from E, I was like, oh my goodness, this would connect so well with our conversation while we was at work. And then the fact that today I kind of wanted to have a discussion about growing up Caribbean American and being that
Mm,
we all kind of have that background tied into the lifestyle, this particular lifestyle, which, in the Caribbean community isn't really accepted. So I kind of wanted to tie in the two things
yeah.
and make this work.
So, can I ask the first question?
Yeah.
Who came up with Lil?
I don't know, because it was news to me.
It was news to me as well, because I'm just somebody who, like you said, Caribbean background, black. I'm older, so it wasn't accepted. It's you're what? No, you don't. No, you can't. So someone told me that was the term, but to be honest with you, nowadays it's I hate to say it's a fashion statement, but it kind of is. So everybody has a title. Everybody has
Mm,
some letters. There's so much to keep up with
mm-hmm.
now. Whereas when
Yeah,
I was growing up, if you were a lesbian, you just were a lesbian. That was it. Point
And
blank.
that's
Period.
what it
Just a
was,
lesbian.
right? Mm-hmm.
But now it's like everybody has to have that recognition, which is great, especially with the society what we live in. But it's damn confusing. When somebody's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're a Lil," I'm like, "Excuse me," I'm a Yada Nicole. They're like, "No, you're a late in life lesbian." Like, bitch, I'm just a lesbian. Like, I,
Yeah.
I didn't have the opportunity to come out then, and I'm here now. I don't think I need all these titles, and I'm this, I'm a femme, I'm this. I don't know. I digress. You might feel differently because I would assume that you've been in the community way longer than I have. Um,
Who? Me?
you.
Oh, sorry. Yes. No. Sorry. I assume I'm making
I'm
assumptions.
we late. We real late.
Oh,
That's why we
we. Oh,
here.
shit. Okay, both of us. All right.
Yeah, family, well,
I didn't
late for
know that.
real. No. I have not.
Okay,
Listen, I
so we late.
came here recently, so I feel like that's why
She
she felt
said
Yeah.
like it
I
was
got here
fitting.
recently, like it's a vacation
Recently,
spot.
I was
I
no,
just
I
got
was
Vacation
here.
on
spot.
We got
I was
here.
on the head.
I'm visiting from the other side.
Listen, can y'all drop me off? I need to get off this hetero bus because this
Yes.
is not for me. Like, I gotta go. So no, I'm like I don't even think it has been a solid. It's been I've been like 5 years now. I'm almost like 5 years, but
Got
not even. I want to say probably like a solid four maybe.
Okay.
Gotcha. So I have grown up in the community almost all my life. So that brings me to my next question. Why, like, what are the qualities that you are feeling is a good lesbian? Like, why is it a good lesbian versus just a good person?
Is this
And I
question
asked
for
that like
me?
said, being in the community, like basically all my life, either me or through family. Um, I swear I have, speaking of like initials or categories, I feel like I have a family member that falls into everyone, all of them. Um, I just, I'm interested in what you're hearing as being a good lesbian and why, like, you're qualifying it as a good lesbian as opposed to just a good person. Like, what makes the difference for you?
I think for me, it doesn't necessarily. I think having the private conversation that me and Panda have is so easy for me to say good lesbian. But if I'm on a public platform, I don't think I would say good lesbian, bad lesbian. I would say, I think emotionally, because being a lesbian, from what I've learned over the years, you can't. It's not just about the sexual undertone of it. It's definitely more so the emotional, the spiritual, all those other connections that people have versus when you're on the hetero side of things, it's more, it's sexually pushed. You know what I mean? Like things are very, the testosterone is high, the estrogen is high, and everybody wants to have babies and all these things. But on the lesbian side of things or the queer side of things, because is where I am now, I feel like sometimes people put you in a box, and that's why I feel like recently I was just like, no, I don't feel like I want to say I'm a lesbian. I feel like I more so want to say I'm queer, because the box is getting larger and larger, and people are misplacing or placing themselves in these spaces that kind of almost feels the same after a while, but not really, respectfully. You know what I mean? Um, a good person is a good place to be. And I agree with what you're saying. Like it's not necessarily a good lesbian. I think it's definitely a good person space. But I think knowing Panda over the years, or just knowing my friends, especially I have a lot of heterosexual friends, especially being new in this space. I don't have years long friendships of people who in my age group who are lesbians, but I do feel like over my years of being a lesbian, I've seen the toxicity levels of what relationships in both hetero and homosexual relationships can bring. And I feel like knowing her emotional level, I feel like she brings a lot to the table emotionally. And I feel like, you know, it could be a good fit for her.
Yeah.
Everybody is different. Everybody has their thing, but I do believe sometimes um it's okay to not want to be in that box and to truly like bring something, and being Caribbean, might I say, because that's hard in itself. So that's even one of those factors where you're scared to even think like, should I put myself in that space? Because then I have to come out to my son, my daughter, my mom, and all those people. So it becomes weird after a while. But to your point, like it's not just being a good lesbian, it's being like a good person, solid, and what you bring to the table, like emotionally, physically, and all those different spaces as a woman, as a queer person.
But I agree, Amanda.
What?
Give it a try.
Listen. So hold on. What is considered late in life though? So I just turned 40. Meeks, you're approaching 40?
I'm 36. Yeah.
So what would be and how may I ask how old you are, Iada?
I am 48,
Okay. So
I
you're
think.
older than we are. So
Yeah.
is there an age bracket? You know how like cougars have a certain age
You know,
bracket?
so like I said, so that's where, all these labels come in. It's like who is the regulator? Who's the
Right.
gatekeeper
Who
that says,
determined this?
yeah,
Because it
who
was
says,
new.
but I
This
mean,
all new terms. I was like, Lily. Oh, that sounds real cute.
I
It
really
really
feel like it's the younger generation that makes up all these titles and all these
yeah.
these rules. So I guess if you didn't know when you were in the fourth grade that that you liked women, that you're late in life. I run into a lot of people, who are like, well, I knew when I was in the fourth grade, or I remember kissing this girl in the second grade, and it's like, well, I don't remember the back that far, but even if I did, because of the way that I was raised in the church, African American woman, Southern parents. My mom's from down south. My dad's from Barbados. So it's like, yeah, you weren't allowed to come out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way that I grew up. Because even with my daughters are gay, and because of the stigmatism, the way that I was raised, when they came out to me, I let them be who they were, but it was like, you sure? You know, because we're not supposed to do that. So I don't. So as far as the age bracket, I don't know what the hell the age bracket is. I was told I was a lily, so I'm telling y'all I'm a lily. I'm just out here living my life,
So
loving who
how
I
long have you
love.
been a Lily? Like when did you realize that you enjoyed women?
When I was pregnant with who is now my 21-year-old, I remember being like super attracted to my tattoo artist. But again, first of all, I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant by a Caribbean man. And again, the stigmatism, the way I was raised, you're not supposed to do that. So I just went on with the flow of what I'm supposed to be. You're supposed to be a
Mm-hmm.
mom. You're supposed to be straight. You're supposed to be, a homemaker. You're supposed to be all these things that these boxes that Black women are put in. And
Mm-hmm.
I hate to, I don't hate to say it. I'm going to speak for Black women because I'm a Black woman. I can't speak for any other race.
Yeah.
You know, the boxes that we're supposed to be in, it's supposed to be all these things. So I just went with what I was supposed to be. And to be honest with you, I can't say that I've had any heterosexual successful relationship. And I say successful meaning like happy, meaning like I can walk in my truth, and I was comfortable with myself. I was comfortable in my skin. I was comfortable with the person I was with, or even better yet, even safe with the person that I was with, to be my
That's real.
authentic self,
Mm.
you know? So I've been attracted to women for some time, never acted on it. It wasn't, you said you've been in almost 5 years. I've been in way, way less than you. And it's been a goddamn roller coaster.
Wait,
Mm.
it can be fun and or scary. So get a little more detailed about this roller coaster ride
So
because
it's been,
heterosexual relationships are roller coasters too.
those are dumpster fires.
I wouldn't say
Facts.
all that, but
um,
okay.
so roller coaster meaning like definitely had some fun. My first girlfriend, very sweet girl, love her still to death. Um, but we just can't be together. The emotions, I think you spoke about it earlier. The emotions that are shared between two women, super intense, super intense.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Roller coaster as far as the scary part. I wouldn't even say scary because I'm sorry, I'm so old. I don't give a rat's ass about who got to say what. But as far as like losing friends, have being questioned on if I'm good. You sure you good? Because I'm with a woman. But not for nothing. And to dive a little bit into my background or into my own personal life, when I was with a man, and I'm totally
No
not
one
with
asked
women
that.
because of no one asked if I was good. Thank you. When I was
No
getting
one
my ass whooped,
asked.
no one asked if I was good. But because I'm with a woman and I'm smiling, I'm happy, we're out with, am I good? I'm more than good.
I'm
I'm
great,
more than good.
actually. I'm great.
Great, and it's like, you get the side eye from friends, like, but when I was with this man and he's cheating, beating, fucking and sucking,
Ooh,
no questions, no questions.
ooh, ooh.
No questions, no, hey girl, you all right? But I'm getting the hey girl, you all right? But with the little side eye, like, you sure you all right? Oh,
Mm.
baby,
That was gonna
I'm
be my
great,
question. So, I don't know, maybe I'm just naive, but I always try to give like the benefit of the doubt. So with the new, like, hey girls, how you doing? Is it, because this is a change, is it like a mental health check? Like, are you doing this as like, are you now dating women um as like an effect of what you've gone through with men, or is this
Mm-mm.
truly who you want to be? Like, were the checkups more like mental health checkups, like, this is totally coming out the closet, off the wall, ain't never seen no signs of nothing, like, is like, is this a cry for help? Or was it truly from, do you believe it was truly from a place of like, ew, what are you doing? Like, what's going on with you now?
So I think it depends on who it came from. I have the same as you, Panda. I have a lot of heterosexual friends, a lot of heterosexual male friends. So a lot of the you good came from heterosexual men, and we can all make assumptions as to why you want to know if I'm good. It's like what, and I can talk freely, right?
Of course,
So
absolutely.
okay, so it's like what? You're not taking dick no more? No, I'm not. I'm off dick. You
No,
know,
not I'm
when
good.
it came from my mom, it was like again from Earl, Arkansas, older woman. Oh, you got tired of niggas bullshit, so now you on women? No, mom, it has nothing to
Mm,
do. It has absolutely nothing to do with men. Because I love black men. I respect black men. I wish they loved us a little
mhm,
bit more, but it has absolutely nothing to do with them. It's me living in my
mm.
truth, me making me happy, me finally as a mom, as a career woman, as having been married, having been in long term relationships. I'm finally putting me first.
I was just about to say the same thing because I was married as well. I was in a 10-year relationship between the ages of 19 and 29, and I was like, that's, I was in that space. And it was once I became married, I'm gonna say it. Once I became married, it was the worst experience ever. I would not recommend um I would not recommend it like for myself again. Like if I had to, when people say if you had to have a conversation with your younger self, like would you? And I would say absolutely not. I should have listened to like my inner me, and it wasn't because my lesbianism came like later on, but in that moment it was like this is unhealthy.
I
And
mean, but you were a
why?
baby. You were 19.
Well, I got married at 26. So we were together, like boyfriend, girlfriend for a long time. We were in the church. We were doing all the things. It was,
Oh, the church,
you
girl.
know what
Let's
I,
not talk about the church.
oh, no, yes, it was,
Let's,
So,
it
let's
was,
no, no, let's not.
so is it true that all you church girls is freaks? Because clearly that's what seems to be the pattern here. She grew up in the
girl,
church.
don't
You
let
grew up in the
me,
church. My mom is a
d-
minister. Is there really a truth to the church?
listen,
You know we're gonna have a little bit of fun up in here. We ain't gonna be all serious the whole time now.
listen.
No, no,
When
no.
Beyonce sang Church Girl, I knew it was for
Hey,
me.
I heard that song. I heard
I
that
was like, that song was for me because I definitely was, hot girl. But, um, I was in it. I was a big church girl, and I didn't even think about women in that space. But once my relationship with him was over, I had a conversation with myself, and I said, Tamika, and I prayed. I prayed, and it was crazy because it was the strongest my relationship has been with God in that space. And I prayed and I said, God, I want my heart to be open. And whatever that looks like, I don't want to put myself in this box of whatever the world wants to see me in. I want to just be open. And then when that opportunity or when that space came, I had many conversations with myself, with my therapist, and it felt like my truest self. It was so weird. My truest, authentic self, and I would not trade it for the world. And they were, let me tell you, the friends was waiting when that relationship ended. They was like, I knew you about to date a nigga. I was like, but I'm not.
I
But
have
I'm
so
not.
many questions. Sorry, go ahead.
No, no, no. I'm done pretty much. But yeah, but in that space, it was like you're talking about friendships and what that came where that came in. A lot of my friends just knew after I stopped dating my first girlfriend. I was like, she about to date a nigga. She about to date. Oh, she about to go back. I was like, actually, I'm not. I'm actually on her app right now, and got
Wait, what is it called? The Purr app?
the
Her.
her app.
Let me download that. Because first of all, wait, but before I get to you guys, I just want to shout out everybody that's watching. Stephanie, we got Danny, we got Javi. Thank you guys for watching. Tashi, shout out to all of you guys that's watching. We appreciate you guys, and I see the comments. Meeks, no, not even Meeks. I want to go to Iata first. So my
Mhm.
question to you is, when your kids came out to you, you said that your response to them is pretty much the same response that you got from people to you current day. So
So
do you feel like it's history kind of repeating itself? Because in the beginning, when you said your kids came out to you, it was kind of like, are you sure? Do you feel like them now? Do you feel like
it wasn't. And it's funny because on my part, I had my daughter on, and we talked about her coming out story. And I'm like, do you remember your coming out story? And when we talked about it, like I will say that I wasn't like what I expected my mom to be if I had come out back then. I was calm. I kind of already knew because like
Mhm.
yeah, we all got best friends. We got female best friends, but we ain't got female best friends like that. You know what I mean? So when my she is 20, she's gonna kill me. She's 28 now. When she came out, she was about 16, and she comes to
Mhm.
me and she's bawling, crying. And Panda, you have kids, black mom. What happened? Who touched you? That's the first thing I'm thinking. I'm in a panic. She's like, nobody, nobody. I'm like, are you pregnant? Second question. And she's like, no. And I'm like, what, girl, what is wrong with you? And she's like, I have a girlfriend. Girl, that's it.
Like that's it?
We can
That's
we
it?
can deal with that. That's it.
Right,
Child?
right, right.
And you don't
You
have this
know,
many heart
but
attack with this drama scene you
Let
got
me put
going
the
on
gun
here right
back.
Right.
now. Man,
but
listen, okay.
Put the
I
gun
did
back on safety.
I did say to her like, are you sure? Because you can't. It wasn't like, are you sure? Like I don't believe you. It was, are you sure? Because you're black, you're a woman, and now you're a black lesbian woman. Do you know that when the revolution comes or when somebody got some slick shit to say, you can't go running in the closet. You got to stand
Mhm.
10 toes down on who you are. So
Mhm.
that was my, are you sure with her? It wasn't like, oh, you can't be or anything like that. It was like, if this is who you are, stand on it. Live in your truth.
Mhm.
Right. And then to piggyback more with what you said about men reaching out to you. So after I had the conversation, after I got off work, I don't know when it was, but I had a conversation with a male friend of mine. I was like, hey, so one of my homegirls, she put me on to what she said is what did you tell me it's called, Meeks? Uh,
Well,
a touch me not.
oh,
Put me
touch
on
me
to what a
not.
touch me not is. And he was like, well, what's that? And I was like, it's just a woman that wants to do all the pleasing. And he's like, you're not going to become a lesbian. And I'm like, so if you can enjoy pum pum, why can't I? And the silence that took over, it was just like, bro, why you want to keep it all to yourself? That's unfair. Why don't you want to share it with the other women out here that want to be,
I
pleased?
am crying.
I feel like he cried too, but that's not my problem. It's neither here nor there. So I would, and this particular friend, he's Trinidadian. So, again, it's the Caribbean thing. Like, no, you can't do this. No, it's not right. And then, of course, the question is, well, why don't you choose different men? And it's like, why don't these men just be better?
That
So
that
Because
accountability is so interesting.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. What I don't want us to sit here and do a comparison and do I'm gonna choose to be a lesbian because I haven't had great experiences with men. Like, I feel like that sets like a false pretense on what it is to be like in a lesbian relationship because the same things that happen in heterosexual relationships happen in all relationships because guess what? We're
Mhm.
all
people, that
with
part I get.
Mhm.
personalities. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about me choosing the right men. It's about me responding to my attraction and me being interested into the different ways of life that are out there. It's about me stepping out of what I thought I had to be or what I thought I was supposed to do and trying different things. So it's not about my experiences with men. It's two separate conversations. You want to talk about why I feel like men are dicks, or do you want to talk about why I feel like I want some pussy? Pick one because the two don't have to be interchangeable. So
I
They're
agree.
not, but when it comes to them and the male ego, that's the only thing that it could be. It
We
has
just
to be
have
that.
to.
You can't like pussy because you like pussy. What do you mean? What do you mean
So
you don't want all this? So it's not us. It's them.
that's what,
Because
but
God
that's
forbid
what
that a
I
woman doesn't
that
want me.
that's why I want to make the point, like to the people that feel like, oh, you must be liking women now because men have done you so wrong. Like, no, I must be liking pussy now because it feels better. Like,
It
what?
feels
Oh, I
better.
okay. So I have hats for you guys. It said pussy is protein. I have hats for you guys.
So wait, I just want to make it clear that I've never been with a woman. I haven't.
But you coming though. You coming. I mean, you ain't.
True.
She's coming over. So the other day, right?
And and the reason why the touch me not came up was because I was saying to Meeks, I was like, I just I can't see myself eating pum pum. And she was like, well, get a touch now, and you don't have to. And I was like, oh, that's what. Oh, but not. I can't put a percentage on it. But when I do say stuff like that, I think I'm really joking because I'm too shy and scared and nervous, and I just ain't about that life.
You ain't found the right woman yet.
So you know, I've heard that too. I've heard that too. So I'm still gonna entertain the very melanated, accent having male species in the moment.
Okay, girl.
It's the okay girl for me that I'm just not fond of it. I'm not liking what she just said. The way she just said.
Well, the other day you put on your social media that you needed a wife. I'm like, baby, I'm on my way home.
Why? So I put that status up because, you know, as I mentioned earlier, I work overnight. So when I got home from work, it's like 8:30. So I do a midnight to 8 a.m. from Saturday morning and Saturday and Sunday morning. I do a midnight to 8 a.m. When I got home at 8:30, there was dishes in my sink that weren't there when I left. So I was like, in my mind, if I had a wife, these dishes wouldn't be here because technically, majority of people get married because they want some type of. So majority of men get married because they want a mom. They want a second mom. They want someone to cook and clean for them. Majority, not all, but majority of men, when you ask them why do they want to be married, they don't even know about being a husband. You can't even ask them, do you want to be a husband? They just want to be married. So most of them want to be married for someone to cook and clean for them. I don't want to hire a cleaning service. I want someone to do it for free. I have no problem with having a house husband. Okay? I just want to work and pay the bills. Somebody else could do all this domesticated stuff. I don't want to do it. So if I can get a wife, she can have a man if she wants a man. I don't want her sexually. I just want this house cooked and cleaned. Because I gotta work.
I mean, it's another conversation for another day. But you're holding up the patriarchy that a woman that's our place is to cook and clean.
So again, the status was for shits and giggles. Whoever took it seriously, they can. I'm just here for a good time, baby. And if people haven't figured that out by now, that is their loss. I don't know what to tell them.
So what I've heard in the 30 minutes that we've been gone is you should give it a try.
Give it a try.
Because just because you date a woman doesn't mean you have to have sex with her.
This is true,
right?
Because dating is so fun,
and our sexual
attention
come, but in dating in a different, there's difference in dating.
I know.
But we know that sexual tension can be built through other connections.
I know, and I'm a mental stimulator.
See?
So if I can connect with you, and that's so. The reason why it really piqued my interest, I was watching a movie with Halle Berry where she was a boxer, and
real quick, can you imagine coming out and there's ass and boy shorts doing your dishes?
Yes, because when I look at me, I'd be like, damn, if I was a man, I'd want to tap me too. So I could only imagine if I'm. And I can. I love the female, the woman body. Like it's so beautiful. It's art. It's artistic to me. I love it. I think it's so magical. And if you're touched the proper way, it's like, oh my God, it's magical. It's magical. And I also feel as though, man, there's just so many thoughts and stuff. But because it's on, we could talk about this offline. I got kids that might see this one day.
Yeah, we're talking here.
But if you know me, you know where my thoughts are. So there's that. Okay. I'm kind of sad that Meek's done dropped off. I don't know where she disappeared to.
Check the waiting room.
Oh, check the waiting room.
She was in the
You know
hallway.
what? She was. Hold on. She was in the hallway. Let's see if she. Oh, look, she there again. Hey, hallway enter. Hallway entry.
Just waiting.
All right. So we got some things here. We got Javi. He said facts. He says those men are the ones that get divorced. Greg says, I don't know. I honestly never heard a man say that he wanted to get married to have a woman cooking and cleaning. I've only heard men complain when their women didn't or didn't know how to. So that's usually the conversations that I've had from when I speak to men. So everyone has different experiences, of course. And that also was, I can't even say it was in my younger years, in that it was conversations with men that haven't evolved, that are looking for deeper connections and relationships. So I can't even say that because that has been recently where I've had conversations. I'm like, why do you want to get married? And they'd be like, I just want someone to cook and clean for me. Like, what?
Ew.
Like, what's happening? What's going on in your head? Hire a cleaning service. You know how much people out there get paid to do this because they want to do it? Like,
For the low.
right. I will trade you
I
to cook
guess you gotta
for me
respect
as
the
long as
honesty.
if I can iron for you. Like that's my trade off because most people don't like to iron. So cook for me, I'll iron. I'll iron all day. I love to iron.
Well, we're gonna have to open you a cleaning service, a dry
I
cleaner. Is
A
it?
dry cleaning service, absolutely, man. Creases would be sharp. You touch it, you could cut your finger. You be like, oh, child.
Pants
I
standing up.
cannot.
don't know where the
Yes,
crease is.
I love a crease in the pants.
Pants looking like they about to go for a walk.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't
By
know who's wearing
themselves.
creases in 2023, but okay.
I didn't know people were still doing it. I guess in like
I don't
suits
think
and
we are.
stuff.
I think it's only her.
So I guess that's part of the grown-up Caribbean American. So I went to private school all my life. Well, not all my life. I went to private school for elementary, and so we had to press our uniforms. So on Sunday, my mom was like, "Y'all need to do your laundry." Well, she didn't say it this plain and clear, but in translation, you need to do your laundry so you could be ready for school for the week. And she was like, "We're not going to be washing a set of clothes every day and pressing clothes every day because you're going to be burning my current. You're going to waste my electricity." So, grown up Caribbean American, I had to press my clothes on Sunday for the week. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't no plugging in and plugging out. She wasn't having that. So I guess that's my trauma as a child. Like I love to see pressed clothes. I still press clothes.
Yeah, I still iron too.
I
have a steamer too. I'm
while they
obsessed.
put their clothes in the dryer and put it on and go outside. That's tacky. If you look, press them clothes. I don't want to see no set of wrinkles. Listen,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just got triggered. I just envisioned.
It's not wrinkle, it's rouge.
It's not wrinkled, it's rouge. That's about to be the name of the show when it comes out. It's not wrinkled, it's rouged. It's rouged. Ah, man. So, ladies, do we have anything else that we want to discuss tonight about? Wait, I did want to ask you a question, Meeks. What was it like for you when you came out, growing up Caribbean American and in the church?
Oh, girl, I didn't come out. I just made a statement. Listen.
What do you mean you just made a statement? Because what?
I am not even lying. So my sister is also a lesbian, and she had it. Her coming out was a lot different, and she's much younger than me. So her experience was way different from mine. But for me, once I got into a space of liking the person a lot more, and just being free in that space for myself, I told my sisters, and they were so excited, right? But then one Monday night, I went to my mom's house. I'll never forget. It was the most craziest thing because I went to go and tell her, like, I just had news to share. And when you go over to your Caribbean parents' house, listen, when you go over to your Caribbean parents' house, you have to get the whole rundown, everybody business, who cook what. Like, she gave me everything. And at this point, it's 9 o'clock, right? I got there at like 5 something. This one is 9 o'clock, and I was just like, oh, and she crochets, right? She crochets. So she had this bag that was pretty much like a pride bag, if you ask me. Like it was a rainbow colored crochet, beautiful bag that she made. And I said, oh, this is so fitting. Like, Mom, can I have this? And she was just like, sure, like whatever. So then I was just like, okay, I just also wanted to tell you that I'm dating X, Y, and Z. And she was just like, I knew it. And I was just like, all right, so we got this all out the way. And she was like, no, I have something to say. And I was just like, all right, Mom, say your piece. And she kind of we just had a conversation. It wasn't like a coming out. It was me letting her know because I'm grown. Like, I'm not asking permission. I'm not doing all this stuff. Like, I'm being bold in my statement and where I am in my life. And it's not for me to get your approval, for you to say, I support you. I don't want to say I don't need anyone's support, but I'm not going to let anyone's decision of how they feel about where I am deter me from where I'm going. So that pressure.
That's about want to be in
No,
my gratitude list tomorrow.
no,
Cause what?
listen,
That was a whole word. Say
it's
it one more time.
bad. No, Panda, let me tell you, one thing I realized in coming out or being a lesbian or just being queer is that people always want you to care about how they feel about what you're going through. So
Mm,
you're taking care of their feelings when you're the one who's going through something. And I can't do it. Not in my big age. I can't.
mm.
So I had to make a mental decision before I even told her because I've already forgiven. Before I even told her, already forgiven her for what she hadn't even said. I already forgiven her for what she might say later on. I already forgiven her for her tears that she about to shed. That was my choice because going through therapy and going through that space, I really had to like get on board with who I was and where I was. I lost friends. I knew I was going to. I'm mentally prepared for these things because I knew it was going to happen. I didn't know how bad it was going to be, but I had to prepare myself for loss. So before loss even happened, I already forgave everybody. Seriously, it was a serious
Yo,
Really,
thing.
detachment
It,
is real.
it is. It
That's
is.
a
I
real
had
thing.
to because I knew I also found well not found out, but I also realized in that space that being this space is for me. I can't expect people to show up in this space for me because I chose this. You know what I mean? So it's not a lonely space. I'm not alone here. I have a community, but I did know going into it that having the Caribbean parents that I have, I wasn't sure where they were gonna go with it. But honestly, my parents and my family are the biggest lovers of my life. Like they love who I am and where I am. And I think it has a lot to do with me being like, hey, I'm not asking permission. I'm just letting you know this is where I am. And once they knew that I was okay, like I was happy and I was, even when I'm sad, like they just knew that my mind was clear about it. They were like, okay, even if they weren't okay with it, I was good. And dad has been supportive, mom has been supportive, my grandmother has been supportive, my aunts and my other siblings. And it's been a blessing for me. Everybody don't have this story,
They
but I
don't. And I'm
do,
so
they
happy for you.
don't. Yeah, they don't have the story, and I feel like I always have to share because sometimes you don't know what people's reactions are going to be. Um, and I think for me, I was blessed because I had the overwhelming. Even my church friends was like, "Oh my God, yes!" And I was just like, "Really? None of y'all ain't got nothing to say." Like, but everybody,
At
some
all.
people did, right? Some people did, and ways was parted, but the ones who did in the loving way, we still good. But the other people who were very like chastising, I'm like, okay, well, this is where ends meet and we're okay. But I feel like at the end of the day, like I had to choose me. It wasn't like a coming out, it was a hey guys, I'm here. Thank
Right,
you.
right. Throw out
Super
the red
grateful
carpet.
though.
Look, this is what it is.
Hey, yo, I
I
love
think it's.
seeing
I think
you happy.
that
Me too. I'm all for the
I
happiness.
love
I
seeing
am.
people
And I'm
happy.
happy that you guys are able to live your truth and you're comfortable in it and you're okay with the consequences that come with it. I'm not gonna lie though, I do have a question. So for the friendships that you did lose, did you mourn them or were you so prepared that you was just like, you know what, I know this is gonna be painful. Let me process what this pain could possibly feel like if it goes left, because this person still does mean a lot to me. Because we do mourn friendships. People want to ignore
Yeah.
the fact that losing
No, no,
somebody
no.
still does hurt. They're alive.
No.
It's not like they died. They're alive.
I I mourned one in particular. I mourned one and I was just like, damn, like I really thought that we were going to be able to make this through because but I
Cause
it
I love you,
didn't
bitch.
because I love you and but the thing
That's what
was
I
is
be thinking in
that
my head with friend break. It's like, bitch, I love you. How
yeah,
could you
we're
do this to me?
like how like I
Dramatic
felt
ones.
like come on yo like like
We
not,
couldn't
not
really.
not at all
Yeah.
and it was a great loss and I feel like at the end of the day I lost two really good ones. And it hurt like hell. It hurt like hell. But I had to be okay. I
Yeah.
had to be okay. I had to not be okay. You know what I mean? Because there was those spaces where I was just like, I just want my friend. Like, how can I not call her about X, Y, and Z?
Right.
She ain't trying to hear it. Because I decided this was my path and I had to be okay with that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's really big that you said, before you made your announcement that you had already forgiven people. Sorry,
Yeah.
forgiven people.
Mm-hmm.
My mentality was, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, and deal with it. You know, it was
Mm,
no, hey, I need to forgive you. It's like, I don't do the weird energy thing. So it's like, if you don't want to be around or you don't want to hear about, my lifestyle or who I'm dating or, my happiness, then
mm-hmm.
fuck off. You know, it might be coming from a bitter place, but like, I just look at it like, when we say love is love, like I think, like, I mean that shit. If you love
Yeah.
me, you love everything about me. You accept everything about me, or not, maybe not even accept, but you respect everything about me.
Yeah.
Like, you can't call yourself my friend or my family or whoever you are if I'm telling you that this is who I love, this is who I am, and you're like, okay, I love every part of you except for that. You know,
Is that
you
conditional
can't,
love?
exactly, you can't say that you love me if you don't love everything about me, because this is who I am.
Yeah.
Who I lay down with, who I love, doesn't change who I am. When before I came out, I was Iata. I'm still Iata.
Right.
Oh, damn.
No matter how many times you lick it, you still Iata. Okay.
Girl.
Okay.
They
'Cause
need to understand that.
Like, I
that's
remember when
anything.
You're right.
She
my
could
ex-husband
touch
told
me.
me that my dad, I guess my stepfather, had a conversation with him and was like, she waited till she had all these kids and this time in her life to decide that she liked pussy. Like, nigga, I'm not using yours. I'm not licking yours. Like, why the fuck are you
They
there?
might be a
You
little
know,
jealous. I think they might be a little jealous. Maybe they want you.
you might be
I'm
right.
teasing.
No,
I'm teasing. I'm
no, no.
just
But
talking mess.
it's statements like that why I ask hard questions. Like, you know what, stepdad or uncle, whoever it was, like, what do the two got to do with each other? What do my kids got to do with who I'm deciding to be with today?
Not making no
Because
sense.
it ain't because I decided to be with a woman why I'm not with their father. So what?
Not making
Why are they like in the same sentence? What do the two have to? You got to ask those questions so
You
people can
do.
understand what they sound like.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
agree.
because I feel like a lot of people just talk without thinking about what they're saying. So I don't, and I'm the type of person I really don't let what people say get to me. Because I really,
Neither do I.
like, legit don't give a fuck. So I'm able to have these conversations. So when people say things, it's just like, I'm an actual follow up question because I don't think you thought that through.
Mm.
See, I,
That's
I
So
it.
go
I
from I go from 0 to 100, but I think, Panda, you started to say that people are jealous, and it brought me to this thought that maybe people are jealous, not necessarily because, like, oh, I want you, me, but jealous, like, damn, she's living in her truth. This bitch is
that
happy. Wait a minute,
that
who the fuck are you to be
how dare
happy?
she? How
How
dare
dare you
she?
be happy and I can't? Like, I tell my daughters all the time, it's like, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to have the best of everything. But because you wake up every morning with a motherfucking smile on your face, in the face of adversity, a bitch will be upset with you. A bitch will be jealous of you.
That's
You
true.
know?
It's true. This is true. You guys, this has been amazing. This has been great. I hate to stop the show because this has been such an awesome conversation. However, we all have lives and it's 8:22, which means it's getting close to my bedtime. And I get up at the crack of ass to work out. So I do want you guys to tell us where we can find you. I know Iada just earlier mentioned earlier that she has a podcast where she discussed a few of these topics before. Where can we find your podcast? Where can we find you? Anybody want to highlight, shout out? You also do fitness. Tell us everything about you.
You ran down my whole resume for me.
I did, but
So
you're
I
gonna
have a
detail it. You're gonna give us
yes.
the fine print.
I am the hostess of Iata. Sorry, I'm saying my damn fitness business of Unfiltered Podcast with Iata Nicole. I can be found on all streaming platforms. I am the owner and operator of Garage Fit. I am on IG Garage_Fit. I guess at IG. And I'm on social media. My name is very unique, so if you type in Iata Nicole, you're gonna find me.
This is
Very
true.
cool. I'm
Me?
gonna look for you. Hi. Okay, so I am a professional makeup artist and an event
No
planner for
way.
small events. So you can find me at Tamika Janae the creative on Instagram and tamikajanae.com on the website. Also, Panda, I just want to say I'm like super proud of you and all the things, Panda. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Anytime. Anytime. We're supposed to be coming out there, so find us a spot to do something out there with you.
Oh, I will.
Whenever you do.
Where are you? Where are you located at? You're not in Mass?
I'm in D. No, I'm in DC.
Oh,
District of Columbia.
Yes, my baby is in
Don't
DC. And you know, we like to
don't.
travel. So
Yes,
we can come out there. We can do a
it'll
show
be fun.
too. It would be an amazing time.
ooh,
It's a beautiful road trip. Me, Big Cap, and Nettie, we would love to come out there.
Road trip, girl. Catch a flight, please.
Oh,
Eight
that too.
hours.
So my thing is,
Ooh,
I love road trips because they're more intimate, and I'm an intimate person. I don't mind doing a whole ride if you have good company. That's just
this
me.
is true. This is
If
true.
you have good company, a road trip will feel like a blink.
This is true.
That's very true.
And we've done a road trip already, and it was to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, the north.
We
but
wasn't
like
up in the mountains in
near-
Pennsylvania,
yeah.
and we had a great time. So
Oh
I
wow.
might do another road trip with her
Yeah.
to come to Baltimore.
Well,
I mean,
come on down.
we got bad needs, but
Cause I be getting my eagle on.
I can still get my eagle on, but I'm gonna need some ice the next day.
They don't do eagles no more. It's,
That part.
I can't.
Want to shout anybody out?
My baby started big boy school, and that's the only thing on my mind. So shout out
Did you
to
cry?
my baby. No, I couldn't cry
Why?
because he just dismissed me.
Oh, he didn't even care.
I'm like,
He
I
didn't
literally
even
had an
care.
awkward moment of, I guess I should just leave.
Yep.
That was rough. But he did say, so I was dropping him off today, and he's like, I don't like my new friends. And I'm like, oh, why? He was like, because it's too many.
Oh. It's
Too
too many.
cute.
Mama's child.
Too cute.
I like the
Too
select
cute.
bunch. But no, yeah. Oh, shout out to my sister wife, my sister's wife, who is my wife.
Happy
because
birthday.
We are wives. Happy birthday to my sister wife.
Happy birthday. Mwah. You know I love you guys.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And I do want to thank you guys again for coming on the show. I would like to shout you guys out for your businesses because entrepreneurship is not an easy journey. I do
No.
want to shout out my cousin Carmen B. She has an event on Sunday for women body empowerment of appreciating your body. And I'm definitely going to be there on Sunday to support her. She was our host on our last live show. So if you saw the live show, if you missed it, try to catch the next one. But she was our MC on our live show. And, you know, she's a health and wellness fitness coach. She's a confidence coach. She does a lot of wonderful things. So look her up, Carmen B. I brag about her. I brag about all my friends that have their businesses. If you post it, I'm sharing it because why not? It's free. You know what I mean? So I do want to shout her out and congratulations on your events. And I can't wait to see you Sunday. I do want to say hey to Big Cap. I don't know if you're watching, but I know you're not here with us tonight. We love you. I want to shout out Nettie Boo. I missed you. It's been a long time having you here. I miss this girl. You know, we'll be back together again, all three of us soon, hopefully. You could always find us on all platforms, Pandagasms. We are a mental stimulation. Tell your friends to tell a friend that we want to talk. We're on all platforms. Google us and you'll find us. Anybody else? Anything else?
I went to a 90s party.
You went to a 90s party?
And I've been Harlem shaking ever since.
Oh, and you can always find us here. We're trying to do this more consistently now every Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Again, peace, love, and light. We love y'all. See you next week.
thank you guys.
Bye.
You're welcome.
Bye.